Hi, it's Olga. Today I'd like to show you how you can decorate a serving tray using your paper craft supplies. I'll start with a modern tile background die by Memory Box. It is standard A2 size. I have die cut it 5 times out of brown cardstock. Now I'm applying some liquid glue onto the die cut. This one is the Ranger Multi-Medium Matte. And then I'm going to stick a piece of vellum at the wrong side of this tile die cut. I will do it to all the 5 pieces. The supplies I'm using are listed on my blog. The link is in the description. I have pre-cut 5 strips of cardstock and now I'm scoring them in the middle. I'm going to create a folding screen and these will be the hinges. Now I am folding all the strips in half along the lines that I have scored. The next step is applying adhesive at both wings, leaving the spine dry. I am using quick drying tacky glue by Scotch. Then I am positioning 2 die cuts on top of the hinge, and that is how I am going to connect all of the sections together to make a screen. I'm going to create 2 sections out of the last tile background. This way the screen will match the size of my tray. I am attaching those small sections with the hinges at both ends of my screen. This die is Tall Bamboo by Memory Box. I've cut it 6 times out of green patterned paper and I'm going to stick 1 die cut at each section of the screen. The next die is Tile Alphabet, also by Memory Box. I'm using the red patterned paper to die cut the words. Those red and green papers are actually from the holiday set, but I'm going to use them quite differently today. These dies cut the letters as well as the tiles with negative letters. For this project I'm going to use just the tiles. So I am applying the liquid glue with a needle applicator bottle and placing each of the letters inside the lattice. Those dies do coordinate. If a letter has a negative space or a hole in it, you can place a letter inside, then position the hole and then remove the letter. This way it will be positioned perfectly. Here is what the finished screen looks like. Now I am also going to make a card to decorate a tray. For the card I will be using 3 stamp set by Your Next Stamp. Make a wish, soy awesome and create a character. I will also need the matching dies for all 3 sets. First I'm stamping the images on a craft cardstock with brown permanent ink. But instead of coloring them, I will be paper piecing them. They are nice large images, perfectly suitable for this technique. So I am stamping the image on leftover pieces of patterned paper with the same brown ink, and then I'm going to fussy cut all those pieces. I'm applying distress inks with the blending tool to add shading to all the images. I'm also using distress markers to enhance the shadows on particular areas, like this. Now I am sticking the die cuts onto the stamped image. Another way to add shading is by using felt craft nibs by Ranger. I'm just picking up some ink from the pad and rubbing it into the cardstock. I'm also going to use my Crystal Katana pickup tool to stick some tiny little pieces. To turn this sauce bottle into the character, I'm stamping the face with a black permanent ink. Then I'm going over the eyes with a white watercolor pencil to enhance them. I have cut out the hands and feet out of yellow paper and glued them down. Now I am using the matching dies to cut out all the images. Now I can attach the hands and feet to complete this little character. I have created two more characters exactly the same way. I have also stamped some sentiments from the same stamp sets, and now I'm going to turn them into the speech bubbles. I'm just drawing the bubble around the word. It doesn't have to be the perfect geometric shape. I'm adding more thickness to the line in some areas randomly, and then I'll be cutting it out. I've noticed that people do tend to read everything that is around them while they are eating, as well as while they are in toilet. So why not use more words and sentiments on a project to give them something entertaining to read? This image will be kind of freestanding, you'll see it later. That's why I'm sticking the speech bubble directly onto it. For the card base, I'm using one of chipboard note cards by Memory Box. I'm trimming off 1-inch strip to shorten it a little bit. This wood grain background stamp is by Hero Arts. I'm using it to add the wood pattern to a strip of brown cardstock. Now the card is ready to be assembled. I'm applying some tape adhesive and sticking a piece of green patterned paper to cover up the card front. Then I am adding the wood grain strip, and this will create the floor and the wall. To attach the characters, I'm using double-sided tape and some foam squares. The foam squares are thicker than the tape, and this will add more interest and dimension to the card. At this point, I've decided to add some shading to the speech bubbles as well. Then I'm attaching them with a foam tape to the card to finish off my funny little scene. This is the serving tray that I'm going to create my setting with. I also happened to have a bamboo mat, but it's larger than my tray, so I'm simply going to trim it with the heavy-duty scissors. It's quite easy to do. So let's put it all together now. First comes the tray. Sorry if the picture is shaky, I'm holding the camera with one hand. Then we place the bamboo mat inside. I'm using a shot glass as a vase to hold this bunch of branches, and I'm placing it closer to the right edge. Then I'm placing the screen that will hide the shot glass and create a nice backdrop. You can also place some tea lights behind it. You won't see the effect now, but if the room is dimly lit, they will look beautiful. I'm serving sushi in a lunchbox, and I will attach that freestanding character right onto the box with a piece of mounting tape. Then I'm placing the card at the left side and a soy sauce bowl right in front of it. I have placed the chopsticks on top of the box, and my little composition is ready. It can be served as a meal in bed, or you can eat it in front of TV or in front of the fireplace. In any case, it's a great way to surprise a sushi-loving person in your life. Thank you for watching this video till the end. Here are some more projects that you might like. Have a fantastic weekend, and I hope to see you again soon.